can see they are starting to load in. The SNRF boys already popping down to the field, ready to get into the action and hopefully claim their first win of IGL Fall 2020 playoffs, getting them into round 2. But here we go into the first kickoff, as always, a best of 5. And Narwhal to go up and meet against Pozka. It's going to go back over to the backboard, and you thought for a second it was going to bounce off the top crossbar and go away, but it's not going to happen. Kentel going to be there just to secure the first goal. Only 4 seconds in. A straight down shot off the top crossbar to get an early advantage for the No Boost Specials. Trying to get back into this fight, and it's another lob, one into the blue end. Crouton trying to see if he can play this off the wall. Didn't know quite what Pozka was going to go for. He's going to be able to aggress this a bit. Doesn't quite manage to land his flip, but does force this defense back a bit. Now retreating back into his own half. Pozka trying to follow this through. Can't quite get it on. It's over off the corner. It's back over into the midfield. Kentel trying to get it past Narwhal, and he does actually manage to win it out. A slower shot, catching the defender by surprise, and now Narwhal going to be able to beat out Pozka in the air. It's back to the corner. Narwhal trying to take possession again, and he does, almost able to redirect that straight into the net from the corner, but it's a little bit wide, and straight into Crouton Dust's waiting wheels. It's going to be back into the midfield. Narwhal falling deeper onto this blue end, and you can see flying off the wall, does touch one down, trying to see if they can clear it away, but Crouton unable to connect, and Pozka tries to take advantage of the open net, but not able to land the shot. It rolls away into the safety of the corner, and they're trying to capitalize and keep this fighting in front of the goal, but again, the ball bouncing along the goal line, and Crouton Dust is allowed to clear it away. 3 minutes 45. Starting to try to get themselves out of here. Narwhal aggresses against Kentel, forces a 50, and it's going to go straight back into the corner. Kentel a fast follow through the try to capitalize, but it's off net. It's over to the right, and now Crouton trying to see if he can redirect this towards net. He does get a shot on. Kentel to stop. It's straight back over to Narwhal in this orange end. Gets it past the first, trying to beat out Pozka. Can't quite do it. It's back to the wall. 3 minutes left. Still that 1 goal advantage for the No Boost Specials as Crouton trying to fight his way back up into this game in their own end. Narwhal to follow. A 50 forced off. Kentel being able to force it off his hood, and Narwhal so fast, able to force a shot, but Pozka intercepts. And now it's just a little bit of a slower game over towards mid-right, mid-left as Kentel actually aggresses. Manages to take that ball back. It's a pinch towards mid, but Narwhal managing to clear it away. Pozka does get a touch on it, almost able to sneak that one pass back into the net, but gets forced to the corner instead. Kentel hitting it underneath Narwhal to hit it back into this corner. And it's bouncing off the ramp and met by Crouton, so another shot being narrowly denied, but low boost has to try to aggress something out of it. It forces Narwhal's aggression. Luckily, a 50 forced back into the orange end. Otherwise, almost certainly a second goal there. Pozka having to backflip and try to half flip to get back onto it. Can't quite land the car. And it's going to be going back off the corner to Crouton, who gets a double touch pass, but Narwhal has to hit this shot, and he's going to do it beautifully. Straight into the top left corner, and 20 seconds into the second half, we're going to be seeing the equalizer finally scored here from SNRF. It's been a real back and forth offensive showdown, but just a lot of open nets not being capitalized on. You can see finally the blue side able to bite back with a very nice midfield play to get back into it. Narwhal trying to force the issue immediately and actually might be able to do it. Beats out Kentel beautifully. Picks up the ball, dribbles it through the air, and drops it straight past Kentel into that open net. A very well played shot from him, and now with only 2 minutes left in the game, it is going to be SNRF in the lead. Narwhal to meet in the midfield. Pozka gets it to the right, but Crouton just waiting back towards that goal. It's off the ceiling. That actually might bounce in, and Crouton can't get there to save it. It's just a little bit too off of a jump for Crouton Dust, and it's going to sneak right by Kentel, stealing another one away from the ceiling, and it's just going to bounce straight in and under the net. So minute 54, we're tied back up 2-2. Kentel really delivering here for the No Boost Specials. 2 goals, both of theirs so far in the match. Same for Narwhal. but not any longer, as Pozka gonna hit a similar shot off the right wall, and it's going to absolutely decimate the defense of Narwhal. He can't seem to find a way in front of that ball, and it just sneaks into the right crossbar. So the lead regained here from the no boost specials, but only by 1. Paz gonna meet in the midfield, and this time the lob going over towards the orange side. A touch from Kentel, but that doesn't really clear it away, and Crouton already fast on this aggression, just a little bit off net, and Crouton, he has to get back for this ball. It gets hit out of their possession. It's back over to Kentel, who's trying to play this up the field. The bump comes through, but getting demoed, and that's gonna be enough for Kentel to come through and claim his 3rd goal, a hat trick for him, as he just does it all himself, dragging and ripping this 2v2 no boost specials team into game number 2. They're trying just to hold this lead and secure the game 1 victory. They currently lead by 2. Narwhal does get it mid, and Kentel forcing a 50, but Crouton keeps it in the orange end. Pozka hitting it back towards mid, but it's just got to be Narwhal to try to play this out. He gets it past beautifully, and now Kentel forced to take a 50, and it's under him. He's not able to read the bounce, and just like that, Narwhal securing a hat trick of his own. Just a little bit of a misread there on the defense, and being the last defender back. That's all it takes. So a minute 13, the 2-goal gap closed back up to 1. And flying Narwhal and Crouton Dust still trying to equalize. Into the midfield. Kentel wins another kickoff, but it goes into the blue end slightly. It's going to be met by Narwhal, but Pozka trying to play this out immediately. Crouton forcing the issue. Forces a 50 over to the wall. Narwhal meeting up against Kentel. Gets it into the corner. It's going to be centering for him a bit. He's trying to fake it off. Pozka pushing the issue a little bit too fast. And now Crouton has to try to steal that away before Kentel's clear, and does actually manage to keep it on the wall. Flying, demoing 1, gets Kentel out of the picture, and now with Pozka's miss, that opens up the goal, and flying Narwhal, a 4th goal for him in this game, as he decimates the defense. He demos Kentel, and then in that situation, it's just Pozka not knowing he has to go for that ball. Misses the clear, and Narwhal just able to take full advantage of that slight mistake. A beautiful little demo play from him to do it all himself, and force a 4-4 tie yet again. 2-goal lead evaporated, and Kentel can't quite seem to find the net. Gets it back to the corner. Narwhal clearing it away. Picking this ball back up onto his hood. Gets it past Pozka. Nice little dribble play just to beat out that player in the midfield, but now a 2v1 unfolding against Crouton Dust, but a miss from Kentel. That's going to open up Crouton, but 0 boost. Kentel trying to see if he can force something out here, and Pozka is going to be able to set up some sort of pass play, but with 0 boost on his teammate, this is going to be a boom back downfield, and with 0 boost on Narwhal, he has to end up leaving it. Kentel backflipping just to try to deny that if it's a shot, but with 4-4, this could still be anyone's game, and it's going to go to OT to decide it. 4-4, 0 all. We're trying to see who is going to take this away. It's going to be a shot from Pozka over towards the goal. It's going to go a little bit wide, and Narwhal takes possession off it. It's another nice flick, and that's actually going to be a forced bump by the orange side. Pozka T-boning Kentel into that corner. It's going to lock them both out of the play for a second, but they're able to recover. A boom back mid. It's off the left wall, and Pozka trying to see if he can beat out Narwhal. Does manage to read a 50 off the clear, but it's going to be met again by Crouton, and it's too far past Pozka. A boom back downfield. Kentel to catch. Gets it back to this wall, but Narwhal might beat him. Gets some boost for his trouble, and it's a fast shot down. Pozka has to catch, and he does. It's back to the corner. Crouton to play this out. Gets a nice touch on it, but it's going to be stopped by Kentel, catching it yet again and flicking it straight past Pozka. The half flip, not enough to get himself back in front of that. Not enough to get in front of the second shot either. And Pozka just trying to figure out what he can do in front of that goal. It's going to be Crouton Dust hitting it past Kentel and just going to be able to seal that one away as a 5-4 scoreline. It's the first game on the board here for SNRF. Up by 1 in the best of 5 as SNRF take the first game away. Barely able to squeak that one by, but Crouton able to land the 5th goal of the game for the blue side to claim themselves the game number 1 in the bag. Posca meeting against Narwhal, and it's over to the right wall. Crouton waiting in goal, and Posca gonna shoot a shot. It's actually on, but I thought it was gonna go off the crossbar. Crouton to follow. It actually could have still gone off the crossbar, but anyway, Posca to hit it over off the left wall. It's over to Narwhal, who's just trying to get this past Posca and actually trying just to force this issue. Actually manages to bump him, get that car a little less traction, and now just lobbing it back over into the orange end. A touchdown, but Crouton should be able to clear this one back, and a fast follow-up forced into the corner by Kentel. Back over, trying to replay this off the ground, and a pinch forces it high. Over into Crouton Dust, who's just trying to win this past Kentel, and it's going to be another forced 50. It's back into the blue end, and Posca comes through to capitalize. And Narwhal, too distracted with trying to beat out Kentel there in the end, does not notice that when Kentel blocks his aggression, it's going to be Posca coming through to seal up the goal. And 47 seconds into game 2, once again the no boost specials take the first lead. Posca trying to clear this one away, does beat it past Narwhal, and Kentel a little bit of a boom downfield, but slow enough for Crouton Dust to get there in time and grab it. It's going to be stopped by Posca, gets it past one. Narwhal sees the flick, trying to get there to intercept, and he does. It's met up back into the corner, and a shot on, actually, a pogo shot, and Crouton can't get there. Unable to get up in time to deny that shot. Crouton Dust just not able to deny this pogo shot from Posca, and just like that, another 2-goal lead being scored by the no boost special side. We saw last time Flying Narwhal, when they were in this situation, he was able to activate and come through, getting them 4 goals for himself in that first game. Able to force themselves into game number 2, and we'll have to see if he can do it again as they trail by 2 yet again. Significantly more time to work with, though. Posca to hit it upfield. It's a little bit of a team play, but the 50, the read off the clear, just going to force that ball back into the orange. Kentel dead. So it's going to be a fallen off defense and a hit down. Crouton Dust tries to follow, but it's over to the corner. It's trying to follow it straight back through, but it's back mid, and Kentel trying just to beat out Crouton, who's forcing this issue, just trying to force him away, but missing the shot, getting a little overzealous, gets it back to the corner. Narwhal to play this one out, 18 seconds. Kentel met into a 50, and that's going to be lobbing mid. Posca tries to follow, but can't connect with the ball, so Kentel catching it with the hood. It's Crouton to touch it, and this ball's in the orange end with no defenders. Posca realizes this, trying to fall back to see if he can save, and it's up high. Narwhal has to try to hit this in, but it's off the backboard, and Crouton's already fallen back to defend. It's a light shot as Kentel, no boost to follow it through, manages to read the clear, though, and with his 0 boost, does keep it in the blue end. Posca trying to catch this one off the boom from Narwhal. It's going to be a solo play, but Kentel reading it, gets up in time to intercept, and now Posca wants to intercept Crouton, but too fast. The flip comes through and steals away that ball, and Kentel forced to aggress off Crouton Dust's fake, and it's a back pass to Kentel, who tries to boom that out, but no connection, and Narwhal denying Posca's clear. Gonna leave this one for Crouton, who, meeting in a 50 against Kentel, forces it back to the goal. It's to the other corner. Crouton to turn to replay this, only 12 boost, and Posca looking for that clear, and Crouton missing the boost, just has to go back and try to reclaim it, and Narwhal comes through, gets a shot on target. It bounces off the top crossbar onto the goal line, and Kentel doing it all yet again, able to deny that shot. Getting yet another save on board. Posca trying to see if he can clear this one away, but it's going to be getting hit back into the blue end, and Narwhal wants to try and see if he can win out this fight versus Kentel. Actually gets it to the wall, and that's enough to win out the fight. A touchdown mid, but Posca trying to read this one, just kills it high. Oh, and a lobber straight over to Crouton, but reading the clear. 80 seconds, still sitting on 0 goals scored here for SNRF. And they need to get 2 to equalize it and have a shot at getting a 2-0 lead. Crouton to catch, actually forcing it back mid, and with Narwhal that far aggressed, he's going to be able to get back. Gets himself a little bit of time, too, just to make sure he has an adequate clear. But the time continuing to tick down, only 60 seconds left. Posca trying to force that one in, but it's going to be cleared away by Crouton, and Kentel 41 boost, trying to see if he can win out against Crouton, and actually isn't able to. Crouton takes it to the wall, trying to catch this one, play it out. Kentel to try to read, and Posca going to be able to get that touch away. Full boost here from Narwhal, has to try to play it off the dribble, and isn't able to read that clear from Posca. It's going to be Narwhal to have to replay this in the goal, as Crouton waiting back, a pinch over to the wall. Going to be able to catch the boost as well, but off the corner, Narwhal lobbing it back up mid. Back off the wall, it's going to land this ball back into Crouton. A shot on, but Kentel denying, and only 20 seconds left. And with still 0 goals scored, it has to be a quick one, followed up by a kickoff goal. And it just seems like SNRF shut out of game number 2. You can tell the early aggression just catching them a little off guard. No Boost Specials able to claim those first 2 goals, and then unable to claim any others throughout the game, but it works out to equalize the score 1-1, as now the bracket basically reset. It's a best of 3 from here on out, and who will be the first to win their second game? No Boost Specials able to bite back and equalize scoreline at 1-1. We find ourselves, and Crouton Dust meeting against Posca, gets it over to the right wall, where Narwhal trying to see if he can get this one away. Sees Kentel in the back line, and a nice shot over the head. Kentel not able to get up fast enough to get in the way of that one, and it's going to be Narwhal striking first in game 3 to get the first goal on the board. 4 minutes 53 left. You're already seeing it's Kentel trying to force up against Crouton Dusk. It's going to be over towards the wall, and Posca going to be able to get a shot towards net. It's over towards the right crossbar, hit back by the blue defenders, and over off the top crossbar. It might be able to be followed by Posca, and the fast shot denied. Crouton to play this out of the corner, trying to get this out of the way, and a 50 just going to end up forcing it back into the blue end. Back over, rolling in front of the net, and Narwhal managing to get that one away. Crouton, you could see, trying to get some bumps going just to get in the way of that offense. And a demo onto Narwhal. That'll weaken up this offensive counterattack, but Crouton, a beautiful 50 against both defenders to keep it into this corner. That means the offense not going to have to die as quickly, and that shot's on! And Crouton Dust sees his teammate die, picks up the ball, forces out a 50 in a 2v1 situation, so which basically is a 33. I call them thirds. But it's going to be a beautiful little pinch off the wall then to carry it straight in along that goal line, and just the touch right along the line to secure it. So a 2-goal lead scored. Narwhal to try to keep possession off this kickoff, getting a slight 50 against Kentel, but does win it. And it's back over to Posca playing this away. It's over to the corner. He's trying to play it off the wall, and it's bouncing mid. Posca, a fast follow. Not quite able to get that away, and Kentel just a second too slow to get to that ball, trying to get there and intercept, but a 50 forced. It's back to the corner. Getting in the way yet again, though, denies Crouton's clear, and Narwhal trying to finally get this out of their end. Not able to do it. Kentel intercepts, gets that shot on target, and rolls it in right along that goal line. No way to intercept him. And the 2-goal lead shrinks right back down to 1. 3 minutes 36. We've lasted about 90 seconds. We're trying to see if the equalizer can be scored here by the No Boost Specials. Kentel taking the ball. Crouton, a crucial touch. Denying that shot almost certainly would have been a goal. And it's going to be dropping straight down. Narwhal to regain possession. Kentel intercepts, gets it off the wall, back over mid. Posca intercepting and is able to meet out against Narwhal. It's actually Crouton that has to play this one back upfield, but winning it against Kentel, gets it in front of the goal, but not able to get the follow-up hit in. Posca starts to play this away. Narwhal trying to boom this upfield, but a rare miss, going to allow the follow-through from Posca with what a flick off of his car to center it up, but Kentel just not able to get there in time. Crouton clearing this away, and now Posca gonna have to do it all again, or maybe not, as Kentel comes through, takes a life in the process, and going to be seeing Posca follows that through, but the 51 out by Crouton. It's back in the blue end. 2 minutes 30. Bouncing mid. Bouncing over, and Narwhal trying to redirect that one onto net, but Kentel going to be able to backflip it into the corner. Trying to clear this one away. Crouton meets it. So it's back over to Posca, who is already committed, and Narwhal having to barely land on the ground in time to deny that shot onto net. Almost nearly the equalizer scored just then and there. Crouton to play this one back down. Posca already there to try to meet him, but faking out the ball a bit, gonna force Crouton into an over-aggression, and Narwhal just not able to turn around in time to deny this. I don't even think he was aware it was coming. As you can see, he starts to go over for that boost, and by the time he's out of the frame of net, Kentel shot that ball, and there's just no way back in time. So a slight little misread there from the blue side defense, as a classic example of boost over a ball loses the equalizer back to the no boost specials, and oh, barely almost losing the lead as well, but Crouton winning a 50, that's back into the orange end, and Narwhal, he wants to capitalize off this, trying to see if he can sneak that past Posca, but not able to do it, both of them there just in time, just to force a 50, and it's going to clear away. Crouton to the corner, 100 seconds to go. They are equalized, so one goal needed to get the lead for either side. Posca trying to boom that one upfield. It's not quite on, but it's going to be dropped right back down into both offending players, but neither able to get a touch away. Kentel able to lob this one up slightly just to kill some time, not allow an open goal shot from SNRF. And it's going to buy them enough time to get back and regroup. Narwhal to try to follow this, the last man back, and he's trying to make it all work. Himself actually wins out against Posca, but Kentel not able to get that touch. Posca has to clear it, and luckily able to. Crouton way back in the blue end, not going to be there to follow it up fast. Almost gets a shot on, though, and it's just barely off the crossbar. Rolling along the goal line and clearing itself away. Kentel trying to clear one himself, and Narwhal just not expecting that whiff, already off the ball. Kentel to follow. Posca, a little bit of an unfortunate bump, and now Kentel just trying to wait back. Posca to reaggress this. Crouton Dust getting in the way, intercepting that play, but Kentel trying to read against Narwhal. Can't quite do it. Posca back on the corner, trying to read it out as well. It's touched out mid. Crouton meets it in a 50, but Narwhal has to reaggress this to deny a shot towards goal. Gets it past Kentel, and now Posca having to fall back, having to play this off the corner yet again. And you're seeing a shot down towards mid. It's going to be hit by Narwhal yet again over towards the wall, and it's going to be Kentel forcing it mid, a 50, as Posca reversing, has to half flip to try to get back onto this ball, and actually manages to beat out Crouton. Luckily, Narwhal already back, but with 10 seconds, if this shot manages to find its way in, it will be the game for the no boost specials. It's going to be red off the clear there, but it's going to hit the ground, so it's back to overtime in game number 3. We saw it in game 1. We're looking to see it again in game 3, as it's Narwhal to get it into the orange end off the start. A little bit of a double commit there on the defense, forces the ball back over into a lob, and you're going to be seeing it's a fall off from Posca, allowing Kentel just to reaggress this for the clear. Narwhal trying to play this one smart, gets it past one, trying to read out against the second, and knows that if he hits that, it's just going to go flying back towards his own net, so leaves it for Crouton. It's back over. Posca, a back pass, but Kentel needs to win it, and it's a 50 back into their end. So 30 seconds, and Paz wants to try to clear this one away. He's trying to see if he can get something out of this end, but he's not quite able to do it. Can't quite read that, but managing to throw off Narwhal enough, and now a 1v1. Has to win out against Crouton, and Crouton missing the clear, but managing to force that ball off. It's going to be a 50. Back over into this corner. And the demo gonna open up Crouton Dust, who sinks it in off the top crossbar. And Narwhal claiming away Posca, who has been a defensive powerhouse all of game 3, allows for that final shot, just barely under a minute into overtime, and claims SNRF the 2-1 lead. And before we take a slight break, just for me to drink some water, thank you very much to Mike the Kid 99 in the chat. Very much appreciate that Prime subscription. Thank you, sir. And Shadow Alex, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. 2-1. SNRF find themselves on match point. The No Boost Special is going to have to win 2 in a row to get themselves to stay in the IGL playoffs. SNRF only needing 1, so the pressure definitely on the orange side now. Kentel, an early play. Not quite able to get it towards net. Crouton gonna have an open net, and that's the first goal being scored from SNRF, and a little bit over aggression coming through from the orange side members. Just leaves Crouton with an early open shot. Not much else to say about that one, but 11 seconds in, SNRF find themselves the first lead, and that's going to cause some pressure to start building up over on that no boost special side. Need to try to find an equalizer soon, but more importantly, they just need to focus on hitting the net, as Posca just managing to win out against that defender. Knows that Narwhal's either going to save this or not, and banks on not, hits it straight past him along the goal line to sink in a goal. And 17 seconds in, equalizer already scored, so a little bit of that pressure buildup is going to be allowed to just be vented, but it's straight back into it every 10 seconds, it seems. Not even somebody just getting a goal. As 23 seconds in, we've seen 3 scored already. Kentel just not able to get a read on that ball while he's up on the wall. It's going to be Crouton to come through and claim it. So now another equalizer needed from the no boost specials, and the longer they go without having it, the more pressure is going to be allowed to build up, because of course if they lose this one, they're out of the tournament, out of the league. They've done well to get here so far, but they need to try and equalize this game and come back to get back to a 2-2 score line. 1 out against 1 as Crouton gets it back mid, but Kentel intercepting, and that's going to be hit back off the corner. Pinched away, and now Narwhal wants to try to clear this away. Posca to read it, and Crouton to try to play it up. Now out past 1, Posca meeting it against Crouton. Does not want to allow that ball to just be lobbed in front of their goal. So they're starting to play this ball away towards mid. A demo on the Narwhal, well, weaken up the defense in the shot. It's a little bit high, but it is going to open up this defense a bit. 3 minutes 40, but Narwhal finally clearing this one away. We're only about 90 seconds in, but it seems like we've exhausted so much time. It's just been back and forth action as it's shot after shot. Kentel trying to pick this one up, getting 2 boost pads as well, so Crouton going to be a little bit starved on that side of the field. But Kentel to hit it back off the corner. Posca reading it, pinching it off, and now just trying to get this away. Narwhal gonna start traveling this all the way up. Kentel reads it, gets it past him, but now Crouton forced to make a play, and he gets a little bit anxious, knows that Kentel is so close into his end, he cannot let this ball slip past into their own goal, and it's gonna be Posca being able to catch this on the orange wall, taps it down mid, but it should be an easy clear. Crouton heading it straight back to the corner. Kentel wants to follow that out, but actually a rare miss, and that's going to find its way over Posca as well. Kentel gets back just in time, managing to hit it to the corner, denying a 2-goal lead. But Narwhal not allowing this offense to fade away yet. Gets it back into the end. Posca, though, winning it out in near the goal line to get that ball back. Flicks it past 1. Has to try to beat out a second. And Posca, he does. It's straight along the goal line. And Kentel just has to come through and finish the job. And what a beautiful play from Posca. Flicked past 1. Flicked past 2. And then just all the patience in the world to leave it for Kentel. So the equalizer scored. And no better time, as we've got 2 minutes 27 left. Just over half of the time left in the match. A flick back towards goal, and going to be forced away. Kentel trying to force that issue, and it's going to force it over to the right side of the net. Crouton trying to read there against the clear, ends up backboarding it a little bit off of Posca just to get it back towards this net. And Posca, is he going to be able to capitalize? He's so close, but Crouton's there in time. Kentel to follow. It's off the corner. It's back over off the wall, and it's going to be Crouton. Ooh, actually going to be Narwhal, as Posca does manage to touch it yet again. It's going to be hit back and forth between these two, playing a little bit of a game of Pong. And now Kentel going to be allowed back into the action, but the pinch comes through, goes over onto this wall, and now it's quickly becoming a 2 versus 1, but as Posca dies, Narwhal is going to get himself back into the blue end. Crouton not able to get that ball up in time, and they do not want to allow any sort of shot here on the goal line. It's going to be a beautiful shot away from Narwhal, but not on net. 90 seconds. And still, either team needing to find one. It's hit down mid, and Posca able to clear it away before Crouton can sink it in. It's back to the corner. It's back over to Posca, trying to hit that back down mid, and he's going to get it to Kentel, but it's going to be saved by Narwhal, forced into the crossbar, and Crouton gets back just in time to deny that goal. 64 seconds, and it's still a tied game, but the no boost specials still need this one to stay in the match. Kentel to play this one back up, but Narwhal an easy clear away. Posca trying to follow as well. Just going to leave that one to Crouton Dust, who just going to play it off the board to himself. Gets a touchdown, but it's a little bit too much mid. Posca redirecting it towards the right, and potential for a shot, forcing a little bit of a early jump out of flying Narwhal, but leaving it back to this corner. Narwhal starting to play this one out. Kentel reads it. It's back mid, and you can see Crouton getting a shot towards netted. It's a setup for a double touch, and Posca just doesn't know where that one's going to come from. Has to situate himself towards the left side of the net, and Crouton with very, very low boost. I believe he had 0, actually. Able to get a boomer downfield into a double touch to secure up a 3-2 scoreline. And now it's all on the no boost specials. They need to get one more goal here in the last 20 seconds to keep themselves into it. Kentel doing a little backflip to fake out the defense. Does manage to get the ball close to the goal, but Narwhal forces a 50. It's back to the orange end. 13 seconds. 12. Boom, back to the blue. 10-9. Posca back into the corner, trying to force this pass. That's going to go mid. Kentel has to kill this. He lobs it. 3, 2, 1. And with Narwhal killing it, that's going to be SNRF taking the game 3-1, and as such, knocking the no boost specials out of the tournament.